What's up guys, it's Faceless here, and today I'm bringing you a Subtlety and Assassination PvE and PvP rogue guide. I know I've been away for a long time and I haven't uploaded for a long time, but I've had my reasons and I've been really busy and I haven't been playing World of Warcraft lately. But I've started playing again, but I haven't been playing my rogue at all. I've been playing my Death Knight that I got my free boosted 100, that's fully geared and got quite a few pieces of Season 3, whereas my rogue gear is still only in full Season 2 gear. But gear doesn't really matter at this stage. I'm just showing you the basics of Subtlety and Assassination rogue. We're going to start off with Subtlety. Just going to show you the talents that you want to be running for PvP. I'll show you PvE afterwards. You always want to be using Subterfuge. It's your best bet out of all three, because Subtlety you're requiring to use your stealth abilities a lot more often than your out of stealth abilities, because that's where your main damage is coming from. You pretty much always want to be using Nerve Strike on a Subtlety rogue, because you're constantly going to try and have someone in CC while you're doing damage anyway. It just allows them to take less healing, and it's just a great talent overall. Elusiveness again, just to keep you faint up when you're being trained or when you're taking some heavy damage. It just reduces 30% damage taken. I advise never to take Leeching Poison. That's something you'd probably only use in PvE, and Cheat Death is something you only want to use if you're learning rogue and you're not very good and you think you're going to die a lot. With the level 60 talents, Shadow Step or Burst of Speed, it's entirely personal preference. I'm using Shadow Step because when I play rogue I like to Shadow Step kick a lot, so that's the only reason, and I feel like Burst of Speed wastes energy, and when you're trying to do damage you're just wasting energy using it. Prey on the Weak is your best bet for these three at all costs, because 10% increased damage while they're stunned it's great, because that's where your main damage is going to be going into them anyway. You want to be using Mark for Death, just so you can get the instant 5 combo points for either your Eviscerate or Death from Above, which you'll see in the burst I'm about to show you. And then for your last tier talent, you don't want to be using Venom Rush or Shadow Reflection on Subtlety. You always want to be using Death from Above, because it comes with some crazy numbers and it's insane damage. As for glyphs, I'm not quite sure what glyphs I had on. These are the ones that I had on when I last played my rogue, so I assume these are what are still good at the time. Glyph of Garou, it just increases the duration of the silence by 1 second. That's just great if you're going on a healer. Glyph of Energy, you always want that in any spec, just for the extra 20 energy, because it's just the extra energy is always great. If I could have a glyph that gave me 200 energy, I'd take it no matter what, because extra energy is extra damage, extra utility, it's just amazing. And Glyph of Cheap Shot, which increases the duration of Cheap Shot by 0.5 seconds. I used to use Glyph of Ambush just so I could stay 5 yards away from my target so they couldn't really hit me, but I guess these three are the better option, which are the ones that I'm using, so I advise to use those. As for an opener, a standard opener as a Subtlety rogue, you want to be using pre-med into your Slice and Dice. That's if you've got no combo points, pre-med Slice and Dice. But if you've got a combo point, say if someone around you's got a few crits and you pick up 3 combo points while you're still in stealth. So after that, you just want to re-stealth again. Let's say re-stealth, obviously, because you already stealth. But say if you get some combo points from someone else critting around you from your Tricks of the Trade, you still want to pre-med, because then you'll get 5. So there you go, 5, and then you want to Slice and Dice. Slice and Dice is an ability that you want to be up 100% of the time on a Subtlety rogue. It's a must to be up 100%. Same with Rupture. You want Rupture on your target at all costs. So just take a look at the core abilities. So Ambush is one of your highest hitting abilities, other than your Eviscerate and your Death from Above. It's your highest hitting ability that isn't a finishing move. Hemorrhage, you just want to use that maybe once when you're out of stealth, just so you've got that bleed, just so it's a bit extra damage. Backstab is what you will be spamming and using with your energy out of stealth. Here we go, Slice and Dice again, you want to keep up all costs at 5 combo points, and again Rupture, you want that on your target at all costs. And Eviscerate is obviously your combo point finishing move. But with Rupturing your opener, you only use 2 combo points for it, because that's pretty much means it'll be up for your entire opener, but then after that you can refresh it again. So let's just come out of stealth again and pick up 3 combo points. Oh, that's 4, but there we go. So start off with some combo points. So we'll go at it from this route. So if you're at the training dummy and you're trying to practice this, just backstab it a couple of times and get the combo points. So as you can see, I've got me wound poison and crippling poison. They're the poisons you always want to be using. You never want to be using deadly poison. It's pretty useless. So here we go. You want to pre-med, slice and dice, and then you want to open with a cheap shot into your rupture. Then you get shadow dance, ambush twice. You want a kidney shot, marked for death, death from above, come down, 200k, ambush twice again into another eviscerate. And as you can see, you've still got so much energy to keep going. But as you can see, that damage there, the crits and the damage, that's insane damage. And as you can see, find weaknesses only just wore off, and you could have carried on going and doing more damage. But that's your typical opener as a sub-rogue. And then after that, say I'm out of stealth now, so hemorrhage once, backstab twice, get my slice and dice back up, just backstab every couple of times, get my rupture back up, backstab at around 40 or 50 energy, don't use it at 35 just so you're not energy starved. So back up again, you've got a couple of your 5 combo points, you've got your energy, so slap a kidney shot down, get a couple of backstabs onto them, maybe vanish, cheap shot, into another rupture, get rupture rolling again, some more backstabs. See, your shadow dance is pretty much already back up because the cooldown of it is pretty ridiculous. So you got 5 combo points again, get your slice and dice back up, shadow dance, ambush twice, again, kidney shot, it's a short kidney but it'll stop them from casting or it'll stun them for a bit, get 5 combo points, wait, eviscerate, use your mark for death, death from above. So the rotation, as you see, 200k crits constantly if you've got enough crit chance with your death from above. The rotation is pretty simple once you get used to it. I mean, I haven't played by rogue for 2-3 months and I still get the rotation and when to use my abilities down. It's not hard to pick up. I've never been a super high rated player. I don't have any ratings, I haven't played this season. But I've never been a super high rated player. I've only ever been to 1600, 1700 because I mainly play battlegrounds and stuff like that. But if I wanted to, and if I put my time and effort into it, I probably could get to maybe 2k or something like that. But it's just learning the class. That's why I'm doing this video for you guys. It's just to help you learn the class and sort of get the basics. And this is your basic opener. The only things that you'd change throughout your opener as a rogue, because rogues are very situational, is if you get stunned, maybe you need to cloak to get out of that stun or stop some damage, or maybe you completely get took out of your... Say if you completely get took out, so you get caught out of stealth. So as a sub-rogue you get caught out of stealth, you want to save your dance for when you're dealing big damage. So say you get caught out of stealth by a DK or something. You just go in, backstab, hemorrhage, get some backstabs in, get your slice and dice up, just get some more backstabs off, maybe another hemorrhage, some more backstabs. So you've got 5 combo points now. So this is how you can do it. You can kidney shot into your dance, you can eviscerate, ambush twice, get your rupture up, use your mark for death, then you can death from above and you come down, you'd have some more energy for another 2 ambushes and you can get an eviscerate off. It's less damage, but it's situational. So if you get caught out of stealth, you can still have a great sort of burst of damage. You're not required to start with stealth, it's just, it gives you that upper hand. So that's just sort of what you want to be doing if you get caught out of stealth. So I just thought I'd show you that just in case, because situational things are very sort of important to subtlety rogues. So let's look at sub from a PvE standard. Sub isn't something that people really play in PvE, but I feel like it is sort of a still viable spec. So with your talents, you still want to be running subterfuge. Nerve strike isn't really, I'd say go combat readiness. I'm not going to change it because it's pointless because everything's still going to be pretty much the same. I'm just going to show you the setups. So combat readiness. Elusiveness would be good, but again, you're wasting your energy, so I'd say for PvE, maybe go for leeching poison or cheat death. Say if you're on a boss that can one-shot you, if you get caught out in something, you're not going to die, and you should be fine. Shadow step again for PvE, if you get knocked back from a target, or if you're a bit behind, you can shadow step to a friendly player or to the actual boss, or the mob that you're hitting. PvE wise for 75, I'm not quite sure what you'd take. I'd still say prey on the weak, but you can't really, isn't like bosses and stuff, you can't stun them. And internal bleeding wouldn't really work because your kidney shot wouldn't go off, so you can't get the bleeding. So I'm not quite sure what you'd go for that one, so that one's pretty irrelevant. And for your United talent, it's entirely up to you. I'd probably take anticipation, because I used to play PvP with anticipation and I know how to use it. Basically, you can get up to 10 combo points, but the extra 5 combo points, you can only get the 5 combo points after that if you use an offensive finisher. So if you've got 10 combo points, you'll be able to death from above and eviscerate. But say if you use recuperate with 5, you'd completely lose the other 5 that you'd built up. So if you're using Anticipation, you want to make sure it's 2 offensive finishers so you get the most out of your 10 combo points. But other than that, if you just want Marked for Death, just for the instant 5 combo points, again, that's fine, you can do that. PvE wise, for sub, Venom Rush would be great. You get extra energy, and for people that you've poisoned and you've got bleeds on, you're going to be getting extra energy income. So maybe if you just hit a couple of targets, you're going to get the energy income. But again, Death from Above is just all round great damage. And for PvE, instead of Glyph of Cheap Shot, I would probably take Glyph of Recovery. You get 20% increased healing while you have your Recuperate up. Just makes the job a bit easier for your healers. And then other one instead of Grow, I'm not quite sure. I'm just going to have a look through them here for you. Not going to lie, I'd probably take the Hemorrhaging Veins, just so your hemorrhage deals a bit more damage and then it doesn't become useless. I mean, there's not really any other ones that would be good for PvE, so yeah, I'd take Hemorrhaging Veins instead of Garrote, and Recovery instead of Cheap Shot, and keep energy. And other than that, your openers and your damage is pretty much going to be the same. You just constantly want to be keeping your hemorrhage on them, keeping your rupture, just backstabbing if you're not in stealth or you're not using your Shadow Dance, just to get your combo points. Make sure you've got Slice and Dice on, and again, just keep going at them with the backstabs and the hemorrhage when the bleed's running out and your ruptures, and then Eviscerate and Death from Above when necessary. I mean, it's all pretty self-explanatory in simple specs, so it just seems sort of difficult from the way people play it. It is a hard spec to get good at, but to actually play it and do damage and be able to kill people, it's pretty simple. It's a bit like Assassination, really, where it's just a dumbed down version. Assassination is basically a dumbed down version of Sub, where Assassination is pretty easy for the damage, whereas Sub you have to build it up. Assassination, you can just go out all out. So that's Subtlety. I need to change my spec to Assassination. It's still combat, so I will be back with you shortly. Obviously in the video it'll be straight away, but if you just check the time you'll see how long it takes me to get somewhere to change it. But I'll be back in a second with Assassination, and I'll go through Assassination. So thanks for watching, guys. Anyway, Assassination will be coming up. What's up, guys? I'm back again. I'm here with Assassination. I'm just going to show you the talents first and show you the setup, and then I'll get into the openers and the bursts and the rotations and the situational stuff, just like I did with Subtlety. I'll be starting with PvP and then going into the PvP afterwards. So with Assassination, you want to be running Night Stalker, not Subterfuge. Your abilities while you're stealthed are mainly what you're going to be using your finishing moves in and your combo points to, so you can deal more damage. So that's that. Again, Nerve Strike is great, but Combat Readiness is what you want to be using if you're going against melee cleave. So if you're against 2 melee people in an arena, or if you're in a battleground where they've got more melee than ranged, you just want to be using Combat Readiness. Elusiveness again is just a given; it's constantly what you want to be using in PvP. Again, I use Shadow Step because I like to Shadow Step kick. That's pretty much all. Prey on the Weak, again, while they're stunned they take extra damage. It's just too good of a talent not to have. Marked for Death and Death from Above, again, Assassination just deals with these talents so much better than any other spec, because the amount of damage you can get out of it is just insane. I am not running the 4 set because I don't have it. I never use the 4 set on a rogue. I've never found it to be useful, but if you have the 4 set, then great, that's fine. But I'll be showing you how to do your burst and your rotations without it. Glyphs, I'm going with Glyph of Disappearance, Glyph of Cheap Shot, and Glyph of Energy. Again, they're all givens for Assassination. It's pretty much the simple setup. So let's go into your core abilities. So Ambush, you never really want to use Ambush as Assassination. While you're in Stealth, you want to open with Mutilate. It deals more damage and you get more combo points. So it's just better to use your Mutilate in Dispatch. Dispatch is awesome. When your target reaches 35% health, you just spam Dispatch. It deals more damage than Mutilate, and it's just an amazing sort of ability that Assassination Rogues have, which is costless energy. You can spam it and get more combo points from it, just to finish him off with Venom. And you often get a free Dispatch. So your successful Mutilates have a 30% chance to make your next Dispatch free and usable on any target at any health. which is basically why you want to be opening with Mutilate, because you might get a free dispatch off on the start, which is great. Slice and Dice is a passive as Assassination, which is awesome. I think that's the best thing about Assassination. You've just constantly got that increase of attack speed. It's great. I just think it's one of the most amazing things they've added to Assassination. Rupture again, it's just a talent that you want to keep rolling on your target, and then Venom, which is just an insanely high damaging ability. And then other than that, it's pretty much standard. You've got Vendetta. It marks an enemy for death for 20 seconds, increasing your damaging abilities and melee attacks to that target by 30%, and making the target visible to you even through concealments such as stealth and invisibility. So you'll always be able to see the person, and you will deal 30% increased damage. So I'm going to get into a sort of standard opener with you here. It's pretty similar again. You just want to cheap shot, rupture, then you want to use your Vendetta, you want to get 5 combo points, you want kidney shot, then you want to vanish, marked with death, death from above so you get the more damage, then just dispatch again, wait till you get the energy, dispatch, then envenom, and just keep that up. It's not as sort of flashy as Sub, because it's a lot more dumbed down, but it's just the same thing over and over again. You just want to be using your Mutilates until you get enough combo points for your envenom. If you get a free dispatch, just drop that in somewhere, keep your envenom up, kidney shot when needed, when they're off DI. It's a lot easier. It's probably the easiest rogue spec. I'm not sure what the damage is like anymore, because I know it got nerfed with the 4 set nerf with the 100% crit, but I have seen it still deal some amazing damage. I'll show you another opener just in a minute when Vendetta comes up cooldown, just while I'm talking to you anyway. But as the one I just saw, you see I vanished so I could mark for death and death from above. But the death from above damage then came with the AoE on my Night Stalker. The ability that it dealt the extra damage on was the AoE part of the death from above, not the actual finishing move, because it's 2 parts. So there is another opener where I would vanish, mark for death, and then envenom, or I will get 5 combo points before I vanish, envenom, mark for death, death from above. But then, sort of, after that, it's pretty much the same damage anyway, but it's a lot flashier, the bigger crits and stuff like that. So, I'll show you again in 20 seconds anyway. So I'll just get in stealth ready, but it's all pretty similar with all the rogue specs, other than combat. Combat's the only thing that's different, but I haven't played that for a while, and this was requested to me by someone in my comments that he wanted Assassination and Subtlety for PvP and PvE, so I'm just going with those specs, and they're the specs that I'll be playing when I stop playing my rogue again anyway. So as you can see, my things are back off cooldown. So you want to open with a cheap shot, as you can see, it stuns them, rupture, and then just get your 5 combo points. I'm just taking my time here, this is what you'll be doing in combat, but see I've got my 5 combo points, so I want a cheap shot, and then maybe there's my free dispatch, get myself up to 5 combo points. I'll use my Vendetta, I'll vanish, I'll envenom, I'll mark for death, and I'll death from above, and then I'll just mute. See, the bigger crits, 180k and 100ks, it's some crazy crits you can get if you put it up properly and get it all done right. So as you can see, I took it slow there, but you can do it a lot faster than that and a lot more efficiently. I was just taking it slow to show you guys what you're going to be doing so you can follow it. I will leave in the description sort of... I'm not going to leave cast sequence macros or one-shot macros. I'm not going to leave in any sort of macros like that. I want you to be learning the spec and the class by using your actual keybinds, which is what I made the mistake of when I first started playing Rogue. I just used macros, and it made it a lot harder for me to actually learn the class, but now I can just play the class freely. The only macros I use are my shadow step kick and stuff like that. And yeah, so Assassination's pretty easy. It's a pretty simple spec. Everything's sort of self-explanatory what you have to do. So that's your PvP Assassination. So let's go over to your PvE. PvE, I would say not take Night Stalker, because you're not going to be using your Vanish, are you, really, for damage? Well, you can, but I wouldn't sort of advise it. I would use Shadow Focus so that your abilities cost less. So let's just take that and I'll show you. So everything else, you just keep the same. Everything's pretty similar. And for your glyphs, again, just keep them the same. There's nothing that I can really say to change. Cheap shot, I'd probably change up for recovery again. So say you're in... a PvE situation here, you're on a boss, you're not going to be opening with cheap shot. so you don't need to stun the boss. You can't stun the boss, so you open with a Mutilate. So get another Mutilate. If you've got 5 combo points, get your Rupture rolling, get your Dispatch. You just use these. See, you're not going to be kidney shotting them, are you? So just Envenom. Just Mutilate again, Mutilate. Just get your combo points up. Just keep auto attacking, obviously, because that's what you can do. Wait till you get the energy. So see, I've got enough combo points now. So I'll Envenom. I'll build up my combo points again. So right, you're at the stage where you've done some damage and hero pops. You've got your 5 combo points. So you're going to Vendetta, you're going to Envenom, you're going to Mark for Death, and you're going to Death from above. You're just going to get as much damage down on this boss as you can. You're going to make sure you've still got your Rupture on your target, so let's refresh that. Just keep going and going. And at this stage, something's coming down at you. Something's going to hit you really hard. And you don't want to move out of the way of it, or maybe you haven't noticed and you haven't got time. So let's just pop Cloak. There we go. We shouldn't take much damage, or we shouldn't take any. We can stay and we can keep dealing damage. So again, just looking at the situation that you're in and using your abilities to the situation, you can use your defensives as offensives. It's all situational with Rogue, and you just need to adapt to the situation and read the situation with what's happening. And if you can get that mindset of, right, I can make this my fight, I can control this fight, this is mine, I am in charge, I am in control, whatever I do goes, then if you can do that as a Rogue, you can completely annihilate somebody. There's nothing they can do about it. If you can keep them CC locked and you've constantly got damage incoming on them, there's nothing they can do to get away, and you can kill them. It's fairly simple. But other than that, that's pretty much it for Subtlety Assassination, guys. I've been Faceless O'Connor. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm sorry it's long, and also I'm sorry for being away for so long. I've had some in real life troubles. I'm not great with health wise at the minute, but I've started playing WoW again, so I was requested this, so I thought I'd do it. I hope you enjoyed anyway. Hope you all have a great day, and peace out.